Have you ever wondered how your cat communicates with you without saying a single word? Cats are some of the most mysterious creatures, and while you might think meowing is their main way of talking, there's so much more going on beneath the surface. From the signals they send with their tails to the subtle shifts in their ears and face, what if I told you that understanding these signals could reveal fascinating secrets about your cat's emotions? Do you know what it means when your cat's tail stands straight up? Or how you can tell if your cat is feeling happy or upset just by looking at its ears? You might be asking yourself right now, can I really understand my cat better than just its meows? Well, the answer is yes, and you're about to discover just how. If you're a cat lover or someone who enjoys decoding body language, this video is packed with answers to the questions you've probably had for ages, like, how can you tell if your cat is truly happy? Or, how do you know what they're feeling in every moment? Don't worry if you're unsure about what your cat is trying to say. By the end of this video, you'll be well on your way to becoming fluent in cat talk. Stick with us, because you're about to learn how to speak your cat's language simply by watching how they express themselves without uttering a word. If you're ready to uncover these hidden secrets, then you won't want to miss what comes next. Before we dive in, however, why not subscribe to our channel and join our feline-loving community for more videos on how to care for and understand your kitty. Talkative Tails. Want to know how your furry friend is feeling? You might be tempted to look at their face, but you'd have better luck checking the other end. One of a cat's most expressive body parts is their tail. A good rule to remember is this: the higher the tail, the happier the cat is. Your kitty's tail stuck straight up in the air like a ship's mast. That cat is happy to be alive and wants everyone to know it. Is it curled slightly at the end like a shepherd's crook or a question mark? That cat is feeling friendly and curious. Are they letting their tail hang down behind in a relaxed position so it's only slightly lower than their back? That kitty is relaxed, contented, and having a good day. On the other hand, is their tail tucked between their legs, curling under their belly, or fluffed up like a feather duster, or lashing quickly back and forth? If any of these describes your cat, back away. These responses indicate extreme fear or anger and signal that your cat may be about to lash out in rage or terror. Keep your distance, give them plenty of space, and try to figure out what is making them feel this way. A gently flicking tail, on the other hand, is more like a reminder. If you're playing or cuddling with your cat and their tail starts gently flicking at the end, you don't have to back away, but you should definitely tone down whatever you're doing. A flicking tail means back off. I'm not angry yet, but playtime is over. Expressive ears. The higher, the happier rule also applies to your kitty's ears, assuming you haven't got a Scottish fold. Ears that are pointed straight up or angled slightly forward and pressed together mean that your cat is alert and intently interested in whatever's going on around them. Ears in the natural position, meaning upright but not fully straight and a medium distance apart, signal a relaxed and contented kitty. Ears that are lowered on either side, however, mean that your cat is scared, while ears that are pinned back against the head or turned around indicate particularly intense fear or aggression. These ear expressions are found even in big cats. Tigers have round white spots on the backs of their ears that go on display when they flip their ears around to show aggression. Zoologists speculate that the big white dots have evolved to look like a second pair of eyes when seen from the back. They confuse potential prey and enemies both so that they can't tell which way the big cats are facing. When the tiger feels threatened, on the other hand, they can flash their eye spots to look extra fearsome. Pause for thought. Your cat's paws aren't the easiest place to look for body language, if only because your cat tends to be standing on them and us humans tend to be looking down from above. But when you do see your cat's paws on display, pay close attention. A cat's paws and claws are their main weapon for self-defense. Nothing will warn you faster of a potential swat or scratch. In general, it's very important to keep your hands away from your kitty's paws when they have them raised. A raised paw typically means your cat is feeling aggressive, playful, or ready to hunt. Not all of these feelings are negative, but none of them are emotions you want to be directed at your delicate human hands. Cats often play by batting at and scratching each other. Your kitty has a thick coat of fur that acts as a kind of armor, protecting the skin from all but the hardest strikes. Much like how you'd be less likely to get scratched and scraped when walking through thorn bushes while wearing a thick coat versus a short-sleeved tee. Your kitty doesn't necessarily understand that you don't have the same protections they do, so it's important that they don't start seeing your hands as toys. Remember, hands are for pets, not for paws. Face to face. Your cat can't use facial expressions the way a human can. As tempting as it may be to look at those fuzzy faces before anywhere else to see how your kitty is feeling, however, they do have facial expressions. Scientists have discovered that cats have 26 different ways of manipulating their facial features and are capable of combining these movements to produce at least 276 distinct facial expressions. This sounds like a lot, until you learn that we humans can move our faces in 44 different ways to produce about 10,000 different expressions. Some of the more common feline facial expressions that you might spot in your own furry friend are relaxed. When your kitty is calm and contented, their eyes will be either shut or half shut, even if they aren't actually snoozing, and their pupils will be small. Their mouth will be closed, but if they're very relaxed, or if they just finished an activity that involves their tongue, such as grooming, they may have their tongue sticking out a bit. They might also yawn at you. Don't think this means your kitty is bored. For cats, yawning is their way of saying, "I feel safe enough to let my guard down." Another way that kitties communicate their love is by slowly opening and closing their eyes, often known as a cat kiss, or an "I love you" blink. If your cat does this while looking at you, take it as a great compliment. If you want to make their day, try looking them in the eyes and slowly blinking back. Angry or scared. These two emotions tend to go together, as cats are generally most angered by things that threaten them or their territory. Hopefully, you won't have cause to see this expression that often. As well as the aforementioned flattened ears, an angry cat will have wide-open eyes with small pupils. Their gaze will be fixed and unblinking. Their mouth will be closed, but they might open it to hiss or growl, in which case their teeth will likely be on display. Their whiskers will be stiff and pointed forward. Attentive and playful. Your cat's eyes will be wide and their pupils will be dilated. Their gaze will likely be fixed on whatever it is that is attracting them, whether it be a fun toy, a tasty bug, or a snack. If the focus of their gaze moves, their whole head will likely follow it. Their whiskers will be stiff and sticking out. They may lean towards the thing that's attracted their interest and might even start sniffing it. The way cats play often has a lot of similarities with the way they hunt. This means that it's a good idea to keep your hands away from your kitty when you see them looking like this, assuming you don't want them to start seeing your fingers as prey. Now that you understand your cat's body language better, you might start noticing subtle signs you've never paid attention to before. But what if your cat starts acting distant, or, even worse, disappears altogether? Have you ever wondered why some cats suddenly leave home and never return? Is it just curiosity, or is there something deeper going on? If you want to uncover the real reasons behind this mysterious behavior and learn how to prevent it, make sure to check out this video next.